This year, the HBA Star Award is bestowed to Deb Seltzer. Deb lives and breathes the HBA with heart, soul, and tenacity. Through her tireless support, her vision, and leadership, she has directly contributed to the HBA rising to the level of industry influence, where we are positioned to take that bolder leadership role in the industry. I'd like to share just a few of Deb's accomplishments. She's held HBA leadership roles from a founder in the first chapter of the HBA all the way up to the presidency of the entire association, and she still serves with chapters who need a senior leader. She was the co-chair in the 2006 Leadership Conference and now introduced an executive track at our current conference. She played an instrumental role in creating the ACE Award and led our strategic planning for 2 years. She single-handedly drafted a comprehensive policy on policies. Yes, a policy on policies. She helped build the foundation of the original chapter model, contributed to the creation of the Council of Chapter Presidents, and was a key player in piloting our new operating model for our chapters, starting the first affiliate in Dallas. Deb's North Star has always been HBA first and what would best serve the association. I think this clearly explains the contributions Deb has made and why she won the award. But if that is not enough, the women who described her in the many who nominated her described things like woman of impact, resourceful, trusted leader, clear with her intentions. She interacts with people in such a steady way that they just have a calming approach in her presence. She coaches others. She mentors people all across the industry. I could go on and on about Deb, describing her strong intellect, her verbal acuity, her poised demeanor, and her amazing singing voice. So let's hear from her. She will do all of those things. I'm not sure about the singing, but you will see. Deb Seltzer, please welcome to the stage our HBA 2016 star.
And boy, I'm going to have to write Lori a big check in a little bit. So I'm really so deeply, deeply grateful for this award. And thank you, HBA, for providing this pinnacle moment for me, both personally and professionally. And I accept this on behalf of all the volunteers of HBA, past and present, because I would not be standing here today without your own hard work and dedication. And I'm thrilled personally to have my great husband, David, and some great Spencer Stuart colleagues here as well. I actually grew up not far from here in Maplewood, New Jersey, Columbia High School class of 1981. Yep, I think a few classmates. And sophomore year, our English teacher assigned Julius Caesar by Shakespeare. And call me a Philistine, but I didn't exactly jump for joy. It wasn't all that exciting to me. But sometimes, even when we're resistant, we actually manage to find pearls of wisdom where we least expect them. And one quote stood out for me then, and has continued to resonate for more than 30 years now. And that is when Cassius and Brutus were discussing Caesar and what led to his downfall. And Cassius says, "The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings." And at first, I had a pretty simplistic view of this quote's meaning, that it isn't fate or destiny that limits us, but our own flaws and imperfection. However, as the years have passed, and I have wrestled with my own failures and celebrated some successes, and as I've seen some who've reached terrific heights, while other incredibly talented people have had more depressed trajectories, I can't help but think that the overarching fault is that the most pernicious of all, and that is the failure of belief. It's an absolute cliche that if you think you can't do something, you're probably right, because that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And if we don't believe, if we doubt ourselves, then we can't help but pull back and not give something our all, or we don't even try. Women consistently underestimate what we're capable of, and that leads to missed opportunities, Don't be one of those women. At times, I've had much too close a personal relationship with self-doubt, and I've heard its insidious voice in my head, telling me not to risk what it assured me was an almost preordained failure. And I haven't always succeeded, but I've had more positive outcomes than I would have had I never put myself in the game. And a prime example is when I was asked to serve as the 2011 HBA president without first serving in the traditional president-elect role, which is so valuable in preparing you to be president. And I found myself saying yes in shock, and then wondering what had I just done. But I did jump, and if I hadn't jumped into the deep end, I would have missed out on so many opportunities to learn and to grow. And more to the point, I wasn't alone. I had so many HBA colleagues that helped me find my footing. You see, self-doubt can be so isolating, where taking that leap of faith often brings you into the middle of a wonderful community. The failure of belief is one of many inhibiting factors in the effort to achieve gender parity. And there's never been a better time to fight for this. We no longer have to make the case that women can absolutely be incredibly successful, talented leaders in a myriad of business settings. I've seen this in my own executive search work. Clients demand a diverse slate of candidates. But as HBA and other organizations work on the external environment, we women have another mission-critical battle to wage. We must fight against the gravitational pull of doubt. This interior terrain may actually prove to be the most decisive battlefield. And what makes HBA such a special organization is because they mindfully develop their own volunteers and create self-confident leaders who can and will make a difference in HBA and in their own employers and the broader community. For me and other volunteer leaders, the opportunities that HBA has provided to learn and grow, to take risks and improve our skills and leadership capabilities, all of this has increased our confidence and our ability to see ourselves differently. This has helped so many HBA leaders to understand their own unique talents and has wakened them to possibilities, to the power of that question, why not me? Clearly, I'm partial to HBA, in case you couldn't tell, but whatever your areas of interest, I'd encourage you to volunteer, because as it opens up personal horizons, it also provides a way to amplify your talents and effort in service of others. Imagine if we let ourselves believe, if we let that belief take deep root. What might we achieve? I have full confidence that this would allow us to personally contribute to shaping a new reality and transform a more positive future. It's time. Right now. There's never been a better time. It's time to believe, to know that you belong in the room, at the table, at the head of the table, and HBA will be with you every step of the way. Once again, my sincere thanks to HBA for this tremendous honor and all that you've invested in me. Thank you.